Show, the Nina Air Show. We're walking in excellence. This is the Nina Air Show, the Nina Air Show. We're walking in excellence.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the Nina Air Show with Nina Air. Guys, I'm so excited to bring this show to you today. Guess why? Because it is Christmas Day. I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited for you. I'm excited in what God is doing in our lives. I'm so excited to be able to bring this episode to you especially. I love relationship episodes. I love relationship series. And what other day to bring such a series to you where we can hear from these lovely couples share their journey of how they met, how they got together, and what kept them together. I'm excited about this. Are you? Before I introduce you to the couples and before you hear their stories of how they met and all the fabulous stuff, we gotta do something here on the Nina Air Show, yes? So let's do it. Excellence. Come on, you gotta do this for the Christmas holidays now because it's Christmas. Turn to your family member and say excellence. Come on, excellence. Come on, excellence. Yeah. Guys, so I'm not going to be releasing another video until obviously like the Sunday, and it was pre-recorded. So I want to take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous, blessed, healthy, successful, wealthy, new ideas, wonderful, God protected wisdom, joyful, joyous, or loving, all the wonderful things of God for year 2021. So right here on the Nina Air Show, we are wishing you guys just an amazing 2021, because I am looking forward to amazing 2021 as well. So God bless you guys, God bless your home, and I want to take this opportunity again to say thank you so much for all your love, all your support to the Nina Air Show. You guys have been amazing. Without you guys, we would not have a show. So thank you guys so much. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you can be part of this family, the Excellence family. Hashtag that. So God bless you guys, and you're gonna go into next the first couple and so on. Enjoy and God bless you. Bye. I love you guys. Bye. Sheldon and Shaka, how are you guys doing?
Very well.
Welcome back to the Nina Air Show.
Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome. As you guys know, you are part of the Nina Air marriage series, but this marriage series is going to be, this particular episode is going to be aired on Christmas Day. And I just have a few questions for you today. So since being on the Nina Air Show, you have added a new addition to your family, baby Caleb. Am I right with that?
Yes, please.
You went from a house of 4 to a house of 5. How are you both coping?
Alright, Shawna, you can go first.
Okay. I love it. To be honest with you, I don't know what I would do without my boys. Like my boys, my big girl. I always wanted 3 children, and that's what it is now. So I'm happy.
Well, for me, it was a little bit more of an adjustment because after having a baby and then soon after getting another baby, it was a bit overwhelming at first. It is challenging trying to fit everything in, trying to get everything done in the same way, in the same timing that you're accustomed to. So it was a bit challenging at first, but it is such a pleasure, it is such a joy. It is amazing to see how 2 boys that are so close together in age, but they're so different, their personalities are different. So it's interesting watching them grow, watching them interact with each other. It's been amazing.
Wonderful. What would you say is the number one thing that keeps your family in love, in like, and keep pressing on?
You go first, right?
The one thing I would say we just really enjoy each other. We are, I mean, it's not a challenge to be together or to stay together or be in the same space. We actually really enjoy each other's company, so it makes it much easier to be a family, to do things together, to enjoy outings and movie nights, and we just really enjoy each other. All of us are different, but we blend really, really well.
Yeah, I second that. It's just a pleasure to be around one another. Obviously, you want your space at certain times, but generally speaking, we enjoy one another's company. We like to go as a family, go during as a family. And we still have our separate spaces home, so you know, at some points we're in our room, the kids are in theirs, and it just to find that right balance. I believe that's the key, but I believe for the most part we found that balance.
Wonderful, I love that answer. What are you looking forward to the most for Christmas?
Dressing it up. Dressing up the house. I love to dress up the house for Christmas. Christmas morning is really special for us. We have like a little treasure hunt for the gifts because my husband does not like to wrap gifts. So that is his way of us unraveling what the gift is. So we do a little treasure hunt as a little family tradition. And what we also started was to have a nice late night walk up and down the Gap Christmas night. So just the family and Christmas, you just have such a festive and loving and peaceful and, you know, excited atmosphere. So it's really, really nice.
That's really good. When do you feel most loved and valued by your partner? I want to hear from Sheldon first.
When I tidy up a room, especially the bedroom. If she leaves the bedroom unmade and she comes home and the clothes are put away and the bed is made, that is when her eyes light up and she's like, oh my god, and I know that's when it is like, yeah, alright, things are good.
For me, I would say when we are working together. He loves that. He loves when we, even if we're on the road and we have to be doing things together, going to business meetings or whatever, like he truly, truly, truly loves that. It's like, he's so fussy, so he loves when we are working together and accomplishing things together.
That's really, really good. I just love that so much. So for the fun of it, I'm going to throw in one last question.
No problem.
There are many things, but there are many things, but what's one thing that you truly love and appreciate about your partner? There are many, many things you can choose from, but what's that one thing? Now I want you to face each other for this question, and I want you to speak to your partner in the eyes, look her in the eyes, or look him in the eyes, and tell him or tell her.
For me, one of the things I would pick right now will be your compassion. How you love people, how you care for people, how when I'm being too harsh on people, you always, there's always another side to look at, and I value and I appreciate it because I know it's from a good heart.
For me, I would say your drive, your motivation, how hard you work. You are such a hard worker and you put your all into everything, even beyond how you feel physically, how tired you are, how much sleep you get. You just drive and push and do what needs to be done, and I think that's really admirable.
Don't make me cry.
Guys, how are you guys doing?
Not too bad.
I'm great.
Awesome. So today, as you know, you're part of the Nina Ear Show, the marriage series. A couple questions to ask you. Well, 3 questions really. This video will be shown on Christmas Day. What message would you like to share with other couples on such a special day?
What I would like to share with other couples is to trust God in every situation that you're going through, because He's the only one that can help us overcome any situation. And there's a song that says, if we don't have a problem, we would know how God can solve them. So going forward, I encourage every one of you to just lay all burdens on Him because He cares and He will see us through.
Wonderful. What do you have to say, Stephen?
For me, it is trust God, look to God in everything, and leave all your problems behind you because you're going forward.
Wonderful. What has been the most trying thing this year that you are happy to leave behind and simply celebrate Christmas Day?
The most trying thing for me was the spirit of fear, and I have overcome that, and I'm just rejoicing, and I'm more myself, and it's just freedom to laugh, rejoice, and to help others.
Great.
For me, it's to leave your fears behind. Rejoice, knowing that this is the time when Jesus was born, and be glad and leave your problems behind you.
Yes, there are many things, but what's one thing that you truly love and appreciate about your partner? Now, with this question, I want you to face each other and tell each other that one thing that you truly appreciate about each other. So starting with you, Marlene.
The one thing that I appreciate about you, Stephen, my dear husband, is that you're giving, you're loving, and you put others first. And sometimes you don't even think about yourself. And this is what I appreciate most about you.
And Marlene, what I appreciate about you is that you're always helping me in my spiritual life and in my natural life. You're also giving. And that's what I appreciate about you. And your love.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hallelujah.
Hi, Charlene, how are you guys doing?
I'm wonderful.
Fine for now.
Awesome. So we're gonna get into the questions. What are you most excited about this Christmas?
Christmas is something that I love. I'm looking forward to spending quality time with my family. Going to the beach is something that I now put in my equation, and I'm loving it. The eats and drinks, and friends, of course, this year, friends, of course, friends.
For me, basically, is decorating the house, Christmas Eve, church, Christmas morning, wants no work, and can't wait to get the ham out of the oven.
How long have you been married?
We guys were married for 10 years.
Excellent. What is your marriage recipe?
Put God first, never let the sun go down upon your wrath, always be loving and ready to listen and forgiving.
Do you have a different equation, David?
Just put the quarrels and so forth aside, and as my wife said, don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
Wonderful. Why do you think most marriages end because of the lack of communication?
Well, actually, one or the next person, they don't want to work together. Selfishness is one that will creep in. Dishonesty, and then a lack of communication where it will come a lot of disrespect.
And from my point of view, is you have to give and take. So are you giving and she can't give? If I give and she take, when she give, I gotta take too.
Wonderful. What's your favorite date you've ever been on?
There are a lot. There are so many.
Just give us one wonderful one that is etched in your mind.
Well, what I could remember from at the start, man, she knew to meet in town on evenings. We knew to go upstairs of Kentucky and Swan Street and have just cool out and have a bite.
Yes.
And for you, Shelby?
Oh yes, that is wonderful. When I first met David, yes, I can remember we would meet in town and we would go and have our evening dinner and stuff like that. Yes, and I appreciate that so much.
Wonderful. Now, we know there are many things that you love about each other. Of course, you've been married for what? 10 years. But what's the one thing that you truly love and appreciate about each other? Now, I want you to face each other for this question. Look each other in the eyes and tell her and tell him.
I appreciate David's goodness towards me. He is everything in a man, in a husband, in a father that any woman would need.
And from my point of view, she is the driving force behind me, behind keeping me going. Because without her, without meeting her, probably I would have given up already.
So hi Dawn and hi Rodney.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Nina Ear Show.
Thank you, Prophetess.
You guys have been on the Nina Ear Show prior in the relationship series. How has it been with you since being on the show?
Long story or short story?
Short story. Anything new and exciting you would like to share with the viewers? Short story.
Short story. You want to go first? Okay, since being on the show, there's been a lot happening in terms of business-wise, in terms of
Family-wise.
family. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening. We actually started a new business venture. Right, that was since then. Yeah, new business venture. For me, I have been doing lots more writing. Roddy's been doing. I mean, we're into so much different things. It's just our lives is just that busy. There's always stuff going on. So there's been a lot. There's what else in particular have we been?
We've been
Working
doing
on
our
it.
business, but then on the other, the personal side is we have gotten a lot more closer to because of the whole air show. We did the first show, we look back and we said, look, we did throughout that, and then we have bonded and we have even developed a lot more spiritually and we started even start to understand each other a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a training. Something finish each other saying, and then somebody's like, we understand, there's a level of understanding and the communication part of it, even up to this morning, we were like at a stage where we were just communicating at a different realm, and it's like, wow, we have really started to grow. We started to understand the communication, how vital it is.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love that. What are you both looking forward to most for this Christmas?
Rest.
Oh my gosh, rest. Yeah, where we don't have to do a lot. To actually have an enjoyable Christmas, where he's not rushing around trying to do Christmas seasonal work. And for me, I'm usually working, so I would take those 2 weeks. But then it's rushing to just get so many things organized. Actually, if it was not COVID, we would probably just go away for Christmas somewhere where we just don't have to do with anything. So rest.
What advice would you give to a newlywed celebrating their first Christmas together?
Wow.
Newlyweds first Christmas.
Make the best of it.
Spend time.
Yeah,
quality time.
enjoy it. You know, if they're ones that they're close to their families, you know, do family gatherings, start their own tradition.
Yes,
That's one
is
that
very
we always said that we were going to start with our own family tradition, so that they can develop something that belongs to them. Yeah, that belongs to them.
Nobody
Yeah.
else does it. Just that'll be their thing, and they can actually
Yes.
start it up when their children come and they have know what is what we do at Christmas.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
and any idea, obviously we start your own
tradition and spending time with your family.
Yeah.
Marriage can be hard, amazing, wonderful, fun, exciting, romantic, and all that, yes, but also hard. How do you strengthen your marriage when it gets hard? Back to all the fun stuff I said above.
Communicate. Oh my gosh. Again, this morning was a classic example. We've been learning to have hard conversations.
Hard conversation.
Before we used to run from them. So truthful, honest, authentic conversations, hard ones where all like you and you don't like me.
But when the conversation done,
Yeah, we know we love each other, we know we're in this, but there are things that we know we both have to work through. So, you know, sometimes you don't want to hurt a person's feelings, but we are learning that, you know, not to be so thin-skinned, and it's not what we feel like.
It's about the future, it's about what you want, and it's about what you want and really want to go. Because if you leave it on feelings, it's going to die.
And being honest with each other about how we feel. That's the main thing. Yeah.
Yes, I know. There are many things that you two love about each other, I can tell that. But what's the one thing you truly love and appreciate about your partner? Now I want you to face each other for this one, which you already are.
I can say that right off the bat. My husband always has my back. So, and I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I were to become ill or something were to happen, that he would take care of me. That's something that I've always known, always. Why are you pausing?
I was just soaking in the army. I was like, wow, this is but it is that everyone can know about Dawn. Sweetness is that she's always been there. She's been supportive, the one that believe that they can always achieve what they want to be. Sweetness.
Yeah. Even if I God gives them licks at times for it, but yeah.
Yeah. Always the strength. No, they say we had every good man is a woman, so it's like,
So how long have you been married?
29 years.
Wow. Do you think by now hubby knows how to get you the perfect gift?
80-20.
How did you two met?
Well, I met the first time I saw it was in the schoolyard. That's my memory. I'm not sure what his memory was, but mine was in the schoolyard.
Yeah, well, my memory is that Trina has a sister living in my neighborhood, and I saw her one day walking by, going to her sister. So that's when I saw her and I said, well, it's a little lady walking by. So on the second time I saw her then was with some friends, and that's when eventually we started to chat. That's how it started. Way back in '81.
How was it? Love at first sight or?
Well, for me, it was an attraction because, I mean, of all the persons that were, around, he caught my attention. Even though we were just, I was in passing, and he caught my attention.
And I would say same here, because I believe my spirit met her calmness, her way of how she was, within all the others that were there. There was something about her that stand out, and I just decided I'm going to go over and say hello.
Wow, how romantic. Who said I love you first?
I don't know, that was so long ago.
That's very long
That's
ago.
so long, I don't know.
But love was always there. I would say from the beginning, it was always there. Yeah.
What marriage advice would you give to couples who are thinking about quitting their marriage?
Don't do that. You see, I believe marriages can work, and it may sound a cliche, but when you marry for the right reason, which is love, and God is in the midst of it, all the little frivolous things that people and married couples separate for, it's just not worth it. It's not necessary. Not where you have the word of God and knowing how to guide you and correct you in those areas. And I think love surpasses everything, because when you actually love a person, all the little things that you think that you would separate and divorce for, it just fades away.
I would even add to that even if you don't have Christ in your life as yet, there's some connection that is there that I believe it's unexplainable, but it's something that you have to respect and understand, and it kind of grows on you, you know, because that pull is there, that togetherness is there, and given time, it just gets better and stronger and better, you know, as you go on.
What are you most afraid of when it comes to love?
I believe mine, and it may be a weakness in me, is probably showing too much. That's for me. Being vulnerable, that's the word. That's mine, that's for me.
I get pretty comfortable, so I don't know if I can really answer that one to the very honest.
No, that's really good. That's honesty.
Yeah.
Now we know that there are many things that you love and appreciate about each other. But what's the one thing that you truly love about and appreciate about your partner? You can face each other and look into each other's eyes.
Okay. Well, what I really love and appreciate about Willie is his strength in being a man in a position, in the fact of knowing who he is as a man and a leader for the company and for the things that he has. I love that he makes me laugh. I love his company. He just has really good company, and I love his heart. I know he has a very sincere and loving heart, and the part of making me laugh, even when I'm upset, and he grabs the door and he still makes me laugh, and but I'm angry, so don't make me laugh. So that's what I love.
For you, Drina, I see you as a very lovable person as well. I see your patience and everything, and what really makes me love you even more is the way you handle our children, how you handle at home. And I like to see you as like what we call the fruit of the Spirit. All those things that is added in there, you are all that. So it's like, you know, it's that warmth that you bring, it's all that. It's so much more. It's so much more.
What are you looking forward to the most for Christmas?
Me, I'm a very simple person. I just like family, peace. That's just me.
Yeah, same here. We love joy. We love to see fun. We love to see the kids happy. You know, our togetherness, a warm. You know, just coming home to that love. Yeah.
After good Christmas morning worship.
That is fun. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to? When do you feel most loved and valued by your partner?
Well, I feel, being honest, I feel that love constantly. But I feel it more when I'm not my best, when I'm not feeling well, and he's always there, you know, do you need this, do you need that, make sure you go and rest, and that is.
And I would say same here, because it goes hand in hand. It's a together strength, you know, spirit to spirit, you know, each other coming together and seeing the areas where we're not shining in right away. We come and comfort one another, we encourage one another, and Drina is very good at that, and I really love that in her. She really makes me feel strong in areas where I'm weak, and that says a lot, you know, for being a couple.
And finally, what would you say is the number one thing that keeps your family in love, in like, and keep pressing on?
What is the number one thing? God. God and love. I think I could probably try to stretch it, but basically when you have those two, everything actually falls in place.
I would say that is the key, but one thing is openness. The family, you know, everybody shares their views. They come together. You know, we look and see where they're at, and we discuss stuff together. So that in itself, being ahead of the game more or less, it helps you to knit things together before it can, you know, worsen or you know, the advice is there. So that togetherness, that openness, it really helps us to keep together. Yeah.
So hi Terrell and Marie.
Hi.
How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
I'm good as well.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions about your relationship. Are you ready to answer?
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
Okay, alright, person.
Okay, so it was a morning when I was coming from work. I worked the graveyard shift, and I usually go in Boston to see my grandmother. So I saw Marie, and then almost every morning I go down and say to myself, you know what? Let me try to speak to she. So as I said, we exchanged pleasantries. We start talking, you know, just getting to know each other, and that was it off the bat.
Okay. Well, the beginning of this true.
Here she goes.
Anyhow, yes, he used to come by the bandstand and try to operate my business, and I used to always hear his voice and go, just walk out just for him to see me. And one day I ordered a drink from his grandmother, and I said to a friend in the salon, I said, look, I can tell her when I bring the juice just to come around here. So said, so done. I said, that's it, and she started to laugh. And every this morning we do the same thing, and then I started this YouTube channel, and then I said, let me go around here and ask him to subscribe to my channel, just to talk. And then he was like, okay, let me see your phone. What's your name on Facebook? I said, Marie. What is your last name? For 3 mornings straight, right? Now one day, one night I was home, and I said, you know what, I was just scrolling through Facebook, and my man said, go in Messenger. One of my girls always asked me what my last name. And when I went to Messenger, I saw a message from her. From there on forward, our relationship has been.
That's excellent. Is this your first Christmas together?
Yes, it is. It would be.
What are you looking forward to the most this Christmas?
I would say the ham. The ham for me.
Okay, well, for me, you know what I would really like to do for this Christmas? For first Christmas. Like, you go out and sing carols, like at 5 people houses. You know what it is in America, they would go out and sing? You would do that? Like, in front of people house?
I can't really sing, but I would try.
And then, for me, I would really love to spend so much alone time, you know, just to reconnect with each other. And think about what happened here and what's coming in the future. And then afterwards, we could maybe, you know,
Fair enough, fair enough.
have fun with the family and friends.
So you're newly engaged. Are you looking forward for the wedding?
Yes, for me, I'm a bit nervous. Reason why I'm saying that because it's a big deal. A very big deal. But
I'm so excited. I'm talking about all when I'm growing.
but I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
I'm so excited, to be honest. I can't wait. You know?
That's really good. It is an exciting moment, so God's blessings to both of you. What advice would you give to a newly engaged couple?
Consistency is key. And this is something that I have begun to realize and learn in our relationship, that when you start something, you have to see it through to the end.
Right.
And
Patient as well.
patience is a very important part of it, because getting to know your partner, it takes time. So that's a part that has to develop day after day, and you have to be willing to know your partner.
Beautiful. And so Marie, this question is specifically for you. What is your understanding about a wife being a helpmate? And this of course is from Genesis 2:18.
Okay, so my understanding is that as a helpmate, they have to be good supporting this man, encouraging the person with the nature of the family, and the person supposed to put the family together, eager to motivate them, etc. A lot more.
Awesome. And so for you, Terrell, what is your understanding about a wife submitting to her husband according to the Word of God?
I believe that's in the book of Ephesians it comes from. When God speaks about submitting, he too had to submit because he gave up himself for the church, which is us. So when a wife submits, she's supposed to submit out of reverence and out of respect for her husband. And that's what he added about submission.
That is very powerful and very deep. We know that there are many things, many problems and many situations that can cause us not to always be, in unity with our relationships. I mean, let's just face it, that's just a life. But there are also many things why we want to be and have that desire to be in our relationship. So what is the one thing that you would say that you so appreciate about Marie? And then Marie, you tell Terrell. So face each other for this one.
What I mostly appreciate about Marie is her commitment, her dedication. I mean, everything that she's very resilient. If something happens, she walks back and she's like, Terrell, you know I was wrong, whatever the case may be. And I really appreciate that boldness in our relationship, and it really holds us together. And that's what I really appreciate.
Well, for me, there's so many things that I appreciate about you, to be honest. Really. Like, your love and kindness, you know, how you embrace what we have, and you're committed in pursuing a relationship with God. That was one of the number one thing for me. You know, from I met him, he's always committed in worshiping. He's faithful to God also, and his desire is to be a great husband and a father.
Wow, that's a beautiful answer. And finally, when do you feel most loved and valued by your partner?
Well, when we have certain conversation, as I said before, he really comforts me in a lot of ways. You know, he knows the right words to say. To be honest, you know, because there are times when I really, really need it, and it's just there. It's always there. You know, no matter my faults and my flaws, it's just always there.
And you, Terrell, that's beautiful.
I would say the same. She's more of my she holds me in a different way. She holds me, and especially when we're coming off from work and dealing with a lot of stuff, she holds me emotionally. She really does. And even though sometimes she understands, she's like I just love her, to be honest. I love her. And what I really, really love about her, she just holds me together. That's the honest truth. She really does hold me together. Despite everything else, she holds me together. And that's the honest truth.
Hi Sabrina and Sean.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
We are fine. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Are you ready for these questions? What are you two most looking forward to for this Christmas?
Basically where we are right now is not the best place for that, but you know, we thank God for what He will do for us coming up to Christmas.
Amen. What a wonderful answer. How many years have you guys been married?
Well, we actually have met in 2000, but we actually got married in 2010, so this is 10 years for us.
Wow, congratulations. You're most welcome. Tell me, what's the best date you guys have ever been on? That you could give me a time as before marriage or after marriage, or both.
Okay. Well, for me, would have been when we went to dinner at Cafe Luna. I mean, that was awesome. The food was so good. I mean, every bite you could just hear me and my wife and I just going, every time we tasted, and we thought something was wrong because it was like the other people had this, they didn't got this food. And then I had the steak was, fan and fabulous. That's my own word. It was totally awesome. I had to even call the chef over in the kitchen and congratulate him. It was really good. That was one of the best days for me.
Wow, that's amazing. What has been the most trying thing this year that you're happy to leave behind?
Wow.
Overcoming the bondage and the obstacles that we're on a journey as we pass through. You know, we didn't stick up. It wasn't easy, but yeah, we overcome.
Can you share with us what has been your marriage recipe?
That's a good one. For me, I would say a lot of love. As my wife would say, a lot of patience, a lot of grace, especially to deal with her husband, and vice versa. A lot of patience, because you have to be patient with the guys, ladies. Let me tell you, sometimes we are not, the easiest to deal with because we keep our emotions on the inside. It's more release it. And guys, you have to be able to deal with the ladies as they are more emotional. Yeah, and I don't know if you got anything else to add to the pot, more flavor.
I would say the main recipes will be ingredients, So ingredient will be but being real with each other. Be able to accept the truth without working on it again, right? Confess. So we just spoke about, being able to confess certain things. So I confess, no camera, but be that. This stubbornness that I talk about is there. Right, so
Hallelujah.
Right, so being real with each other, being able to accept, certain flaws that each other will see and recognize and to discuss it. Right, so being able to accept certain things and be able in a position to want to change. Right, so I would say that is, so it's very communication. So I would say
That's an excellent recipe. Thank you so much for sharing that. We're nearing the final questions. When do you feel most loved and valued by your partner?
Knowing her for the past 20 years, she was not a person that was showing emotion, like that. But through the journey, she has come to a place where she expresses her love, she shows it. And from those that was normal was from before. I can remember when we were early in our relationship, some people would see her and want to ask me, well, your girlfriend's got me so vexed all the time, she's always a little mad. And, she believes she's pretty, but she's... And then people be like, I see your girlfriend, boy, she's a bit out there, aren't she, boy? She don't wanna... She would take off your head. But to see that she have come from that over here to be a person that can actually talk, actually express how she feels instead of keeping it on the inside. Now she's more vocal about it. I mean, my wife is coming.
For this final question, we know there are many things that you guys love about each other. I mean, you can just hear the sound of love and understanding, and of course, the years' experience that you've been together. What's the one thing that you truly love and appreciate about each other? You can face each other for this one.
Alright, the main things that I would say, that I love and appreciate when you actually when you know yourself, actually when you know your and genuinely have a heart for people. I also say to look at actually being there for me when nobody is. They're there and close, cash a turn, relax over, don't see me individual as someone of worth and value, but you saw worth, you saw the value that's within me. So for me, that is so we value and love it.
Areas where I am weaker, you are the one that is stronger. The areas where I might find it hard to talk about things, you find it easier to relate, especially when it comes to the children. And I really love that about you. I love when you take charge, especially in our businesses when it is time to go forward and time to move. Those are the things that I really love about you. I could go on and on and on. But those things are just some of the key things that I love.
It's the Nina Air Show. The Nina Air Show. We're walking in excellence. This is the Nina Air Show. The Nina Air Show. We're walking.